We're having the brush and bulky come to our neighborhood. I think they come, what's it, 2 times a year or something like that. So, when we got a lot of plants, a lot of things growing up in the backyard, and I had to cut a lot of we have a lot of Baja fairy dusters in the backyard, and I had to cut them down because they grow up pretty good. You would think that they don't too much because we're in the desert, but Baja fairy dusters do grow pretty good in our backyard. Um, that big yellow, it has the yellow flowers. That's a Baja fairy duster over there on the right. Over there on the left, though, is a citrus tree. The citrus tree is not doing as fantastic as I would like it to be, but what are you gonna do? So anyway, I cut the Baja fairy dusters. I think there was about 6 or 7 that I cut down pretty low. I cut them all the way down to the ground, man. But they're pretty hardy and they're pretty strong and they come right back. At the U of A, I called the U of A in the Cooperative Extension Program, or I don't know how I called over there at the U of A there, and they said that in order to kill something like I really want to get rid of privets or other things like that. Um, then I need to get the ball of the root out of the ground. I need to dig that whole ball of the root out, and so anyway, when I think that whenever I cut the Baja fairy dusters down to the ground, they're gonna come back, and they do. More than likely they do. It's the ones that have a lot of growth on them, they come back pretty quickly, but the ones that don't have a whole lot of growth, they come back a little bit slower. What I do here is I use my legs, I use my footrest, my foot pegs, to help me push the trash can up the hill. There's a little slight embankment up to the street from our house. Our house is kind of down in a little sunken valley almost. And so anyway, that's what I have to do is I have to use my feet, use the foot plates to push the trash can forward, and then that way my hands are free, and then I can push the trash can forward by pushing my wheelchair forward. Since the trash can is essentially touching or essentially moving because of the frame of my wheelchair. So anyway, and the thing about this trash can is it has a couple wheels on it too, so it rolls a little bit easier than the red one that you see over there on the left. Um, but so I did pretty good as far as getting all the cuttings into the trash can. My wife said that she didn't really think that I should put them in our big trash can, our big green trash can. She said I should just put them in the little trash can and then dump the little trash can out by the brush and bulky. This is my first time dealing with trying to dump out the stems or dump out the cuttings from the Baja fairy duster and the cuttings from lady lady banks. It's my first time trying to put those cuttings, transfer the cuttings from the trash can and put them onto the ground. See, if I put them on the ground, uh, right there, which is in between our pavement, the sidewalk, and the curb, then that's where Brush and Bulky picks them up. There's a truck that comes by, and it will pick up all this, all the trimmings and mostly vegetation that people get whenever they trim or cut their uh, their plants around the house or the trees around the house. Um, I don't know if you saw the wheels over there or not, but it wasn't too bad as far as getting the trimmings and the cuttings and things like that, transferring them to from the trash can onto the ground there. It wasn't that difficult. Um, and that another thing is it would be kind of good. That one was kind of packed full, so they, the trim or the cuttings were they kind of maintained shape there. But